Stevie, and this is a podcast all about sewing and knitting and making your own wardrobe. I have had the hardest time today. We're actually recording in my kitchen because this is the lightest part of the house at the moment, but it is so dark. It's only 1 o'clock and this is the UK in January. Sorry about that. So I haven't been around for ages. There has been a reason for that, so I'm very sorry for those who were tuning in regularly, but I've been a little bit busy. I am expecting a baby in May. We found out shortly after I started a full-time job somewhere, so that was all a bit full on. And so I have been knitting. If you hear the snuffling around, I'm very sorry, it's Pixel. But otherwise I'm never going to get anything recorded. So I have been dying to record for a long time, but obviously with growing a human and all of that kind of stuff, it's just not happened. And also the light today, I mean, you should have seen me earlier. It was horrendous. I was trying to sort out the sewing room so I could do some filming, and it just got too dark and I couldn't see anything, and then I smashed my the cup that I use to balance my phone on, because we're nice and technical here. I really need a tripod, but yeah, so I'm really sorry it's taken me so long. As you can probably see, I don't know how much you can see, but we are about halfway now, so yes, so that's where I've been this whole time, so I'm sorry about that. I have got some finished objects, I have got some whips, and apparently I've got a muddy dog. I have got some whips, I have got some FOs, but unfortunately the FOs have already gone to the people who were receiving them, so for Christmas. So I'll have to show you photos of those ones. So, I do have some FOs to show you. My water out of the way. I don't have FOs. I have some FOs and some whips to show you today. Unfortunately the FOs have already been given away to the people who were meant to receive them, so I'll have to show you pictures of those, but it's 3 hats. So I finished the Kobuk hat that you saw last time on the podcast, so I think I only had the crown to go, crown decreases, and I added a really cute pom-pom and I gave it to my mum. So that was out of Moel yarns, Veld lace and their DK, but both were dyed with madder, so it was kind of pink colour. It was really pretty. Other FO that I made was almost not an FO for Christmas. I gave it to my brother on Boxing Day night because I just about finished it for him then. He saw me knitting it, but he didn't really clock that it was for him. And that was the Rafa hat by Joji Loccatelli. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. It's a man's hat. It's kind of like a rib hat with a garter ridge. It's really pretty, really pretty. It's really nice and manly, that's what I meant to say. Yeah, it's really lovely, and he has a massive head because he's 6 foot, probably 5. And so I was knitting it and thinking it's just not going to be big enough, and he really likes slouchy hats, but he was really appreciative. Yeah, so he had that one, so I'll show you a picture of that as well. It appears that when you're pregnant, babies push on things and then you can't breathe properly. Whew. So I'm really sorry about that. And the third FO that I had, I knitted for my sister-in-law, soon-to-be sister-in-law, and she's a knitter as well. And I used the Countess Ablaze. Yeah, so I used the Countess Ablaze tea and Traybake colourway that was for the Women's Aid campaign. I also bought the other colour, I can't think what it's called. No, it's gone. I'll put it on the screen. There was 2 colours that she was selling in aid of Women's Aid. And so I used that the tea and Traybake colour to make the Jojo hat by Jodie Brown of Mrs. Brown's Bags and Grocery Girls. So that was a really lovely pattern actually. I really enjoyed that. The Rafa hat was nice because it was really simple, just rib and then a row of knit, a row of purl basically, you know, those kinds of things, very easy. And then the Jojo has slip stitches that follow around on the hat and kind of radiate out. I will put a picture up because she has sent me a photo of it to put on Ravelry, because obviously you need one on Ravelry. And yeah, so I finished that, and I'd finished that one in plenty of time for Christmas, and so that was all wrapped up for her, and she really appreciated it, which is great. And I think it was in BFL, which she loves. It's her favourite fibre. So yeah, that was great. So that was all my FOs. Sorry, they whipped through them, but I don't have them here to show you, so I feel a bit like talking about nothing. In terms of whips, there's still quite a few outstanding. I have been knitting, but not an awful lot. I felt really rough the first few weeks, as I know lots of people do. I wasn't too bad in terms of I didn't have to take any medication or anything, but I didn't feel great. And like I said, I've started a very full-on, full-time job at the same time. They know I'm going on maternity and everything, but yeah, for the time being it's quite full on, so I've not had any days to myself. So the last thing you will have seen from me was my Caitlin Hunter Zweig. Ooh, appear to have more than one ball of yarn. And I didn't have too much of it. I think I just finished the lace. Ooh, I'm in the middle of a row, or not quite, little. So I was in the middle of a row. Now I finished the lace, but obviously after I found out that I was having a baby, I wasn't sure whether this is going to fit me now. So I sort of stopped. Let me just see if I can see where the short rows are. So you have seen this before. So I think that's the front and that's the back. Okay, so here it is. So the this main colour is Antique from Life in the Long Grass, and I think it's the normal 75-25. And this is the Cornish Way by Lay Family Yarns, and it's on their Stellina base. So the lace is finished. I'm really pleased with the lace and the colour work. Colour work is probably a tad tighter than I would like. I did try and knit it loosely. I think I've gone up a needle size due to gauge. So I'm knitting this on a... Okay, so I'm knitting this on a 3.5. I am just on the body now, so it is just plain stockinette, but I'm having to alternate skeins. I do have enough, hopefully. I bought an extra skein just in case I needed it. I don't know, I haven't tried it on since being pregnant. I think it'd probably be okay on the bust. I went to an extra large, so I knit the lace in a large, and then I increased on that bottom row to make it an extra large because I wasn't sure whether it was going to go across me. I think it probably will, and once it's blocked the lace will you know, spread out and whatnot, but I don't know if it's going to go over my belly at the moment. It is also after Christmas, so I can use that excuse at any time. But yeah, so I've stopped knitting it at the moment. My sister-in-law, who I was talking about earlier, has finished the body of hers, and we were on a bit of a race, but sort of stopped. So yeah, that is Zweig. I don't know if I'll finish it. It's quite good for picking up for hospital appointments and things, because I'm just knitting. So yeah, that's that one. I've not done a lot on it. Obviously I've done a little bit more since you last saw it, because that was months ago, so I'm really sorry for not podcasting before. Can I just point out this amazing bag with that in mind? So I've bought a few things. There's lots and lots of stash to show you because it's been months and I've been stashing, and I had stuff to show you from last time. But this bag is by Kaleidoscope City. That's actually quite hard to say. It's the third time that I've tried. But it's gorgeous, and I think it's hand-dyed fabric, and then it's cork on the bottom, and it's a simple drawstring with a really lovely spotty lining. can see that, yeah. So my Zweig has been living in there since I bought it pretty much, which I love. So, I also have another whip going, and I should have finished it by now. It should have been an FO, but I've just been sat on the sofa after Christmas doing nothing. I have been knitting it, but I was hoping I could finish it as my last FO of 2018, but it didn't happen. And it's just in, I think it's a King Cole DK, nothing fancy, because I don't want it to be fancy. This is the Norwegian fur cardigan by OGE, and they are on Ravelry if you have come across them. I don't know if you have. And it's a baby cardigan. I don't know what flavour I'm having. I should say that now. I don't know what we're having. So I just went for a neutral, and it's got this so cute. It's got this gorgeous lace on the raglan. It's easier to see on the back actually. And so that's finished. I just am knitting plain garter for the body, and this is the 3 to 6 month size because I don't want it to be too teeny because I don't want them to grow out of it straight away. So yeah, that's the Norwegian fur cardigan. I just need to finish the body and the sleeves, and then that's that done. So it's taken me about 3 days of not doing constant knitting, but just little bits and bobs. And then the last whip I think I've got is some socks that you saw. Oh, this is a bag I've made, by the way. This is Tilly Flop. This was a Tilly Flop tea towel. I think I've shown you this before, but it's really good for shoving loads of stuff in. So I haven't made huge progress on these either. Ooh, stuff coming out. But these are the Hove actually from Giddy Yarns self-strapping socks that I was making. I've done a little bit of progress. I was going to do afterthought heels, and I'm just sort of debating whether I bother. You know, it's a slip stitch pattern. It's really simple. Just slipping on the colour changes every 3 stitches by looks things. Yeah, and that's the Hove actually colourway by Giddy Yarns. I will get them finished, but they're just sat there at the moment. Stagnant, nothing going on with those. So yeah, I think that's all of the whips and FOs. I have made a cardigan. I might do a separate video on sewing because I have not been sewing. I have half made a Melilo, I've half made a Melilo shirt. It's been sat for ages. It just needs a collar and the hems and the bands on the arms done, and then that's finished, and I can probably get away with wearing that for a bit longer. But with being pregnant, it's just, there's nothing that fits me. And I'm finding it a little bit stressful. Sorry if you can hear the pug snuffling, I'll introduce him in a minute. Yeah, it's been a bit stressful trying to find things that fit. Luckily my lark tees have served me well so far, and a few other things, but yeah, I'm wearing pretty boring clothes at the moment. It's making me a bit sad. So with that in mind, I've been stashing. Not loads, just, well, I say not loads, it looks like loads. So those who saw the podcast the last time will remember that I said I had quite a lot of stash and that I would show you guys the next time. So I have that, but I also have other stuff that I've stashed since then. Some of it is just kind of things that have been in sales. So like I've got 3 types of Kid Silk Haze just because Wool Warehouse had a massive sale, and I just got some Drops Merino, some Drops Nepal, you know, kind of DK and Aran weights for hats for people for Christmas, but I didn't really end up knitting with it. So they'll just go into stash for hats and things as I need, or for baby clothes. So I got 3 Kid Silk Haze. I got Ghost, Shadow, and I think that's just the white colour. So those ones. I got Cascade 220 Heather in Forest. That's again for a gift knit that never happened. So I had a voucher for Loop London and it was about to go out of date. I think it was 2 years old. And here Little Feet is the pug. So, sorry if you can hear the dog snuffling. So I had a voucher. So I had a voucher for Loop London and I needed to use it up because basically I'd had it for ages and it was burning a hole in my pocket. So I don't think they had a sale or anything, but I just picked up 3 skeins of things that I hadn't tried before. So I went for some Brooklyn Tweed Shelter. This is the Homemade Jam colourway. I'm really sorry, the light is terrible. But it has speckles of kind of like blue and dark plummy reds and things like that. So I got 1 skein of that. I thought that would be enough for a hat. I got some Quince & Co. Osprey. This is the, I want to say Frost colourway. I will double check and put it on the screen. It's already balled up because I was desperate to knit it over Christmas and I still didn't manage to. So that's the Osprey. And then I got Mad Tosh DK. I already have quite, well, I say quite a bit. I have about 4 skeins of Mad Tosh DK. 2 in Cosmic Wonder Dust and 1 in a gorgeous mint that I got in a fibre share. So I didn't know whether I was going to add this to just be a hat or whether to do a 3 skein shawl maybe with it, with perhaps some of the other colours. But this is Beautiful Liar and this is Mad Tosh DK. I tried to focus on DKs and stuff because I have an awful lot of fingering weight yarn now and I prefer knitting with DK. Yeah, it's a bit of a problem. With that in mind, here's all my fingering weight yarn that I brought. So the first 2 are the ones that, or 3 I should say, are the ones that I didn't show you last time. So I went onto Hedgehog Fibres a while back. This is possibly even September, maybe a little bit after that. And I really wanted some hedgehog and they had an update and they had Monet, which I'm obsessed with, and I really wanted a sweater's quantity. I couldn't get a sweater's quantity, so I just got 3 separate skeins of hedgehog. I've never used hedgehog fibres before, but I've seen lots of it about. I never seem to be able to get the colours that I want though, so on this update I did manage to. So this is their sock. So their sock is 90% superwash merino, 10% nylon, made in Ireland, and it's 400 metres per 100 grams. This is Zephyr. This one I wasn't so mad keen on the amount of black when I received it, but I think it will look really cool in a shawl where you had kind of different colours and that major speckle. I think that was pretty cool. So that's Zephyr. Then I got Monet, which is one I wanted the sweater quantity out of, but there was no way I was going to get one because it sold out in like 30 seconds. So this is Monet. Again, sorry the colours aren't coming up. Hopefully I can lighten the video a little. Yep, so that's Monet. And then the third one I bought, I was really taken aback by the amount of colour and the, you know, how beautiful it is. And this is Kimono. And it's totally not something I would have bought had I not seen it somewhere else. But it's just the turquoisey blues, the inky blues, and then pinks and oranges. It's so, so beautiful. That reminds me of a kind of, more about an impressionist painting than Monet does, to be honest. That kind of moody blues and, oh, so beautiful. So they were the 3 that I was going to show you before, along with some Dusty Dimples, and I'd not come across her before. Dusty Dimples. Yeah, I've just come across her. I think I came across her through the flower charity thing that's going on at the moment. I've got Flower Power. So I came across her because she did the charity colourway Blue Tango for the Flower Power fund. So I bought Blue Tango, which is really cool. Really pinky and lovely. And I do have a lot of colourways like this. So I thought I don't need more of this, but what else could I buy? And her colours are absolutely gorgeous. So I ended up buying bits, like, you know, one of each again. This is Grit, which is kind of like a moody greeny colour. It's a bit more green than I anticipated, Her base is a 75-25, so 75 merino, 25 nylon, and it's 425 metres per 100 grams, so you get an extra 25, which is pretty good. This one's called Grit. And this is the kind of greeny. It did look bluier on the screen of my computer, but I love it anyway, and it would be great for a gift knit for a manly man. Then I had Amongst the Fields of Harmony, which is a pink and blue kind of confection. I use these colours a lot, and so I think this would look really nice in something else, with something else. So delicate. She's just really good at getting kind of delicate things right. Then there's Flashdance, which is a grey with kind of neon-y speckles, which is super beautiful. I would like a jumper in this. If she does a DK in Flashdance, I am the one. I will be buying that. So yeah, that one is Flashdance. These are all 75-25, by the way, guys. And this was the last one I bought for that session of buying, and this is Heartfloats, and actually she's just had a sale and I've just bought Heartfloats in DK because it's so beautiful. It's like water, like clear icy water, and I think it's so beautiful. The greens and the blues and the inky colours in it are just stunning. So yeah, they were all Dusty Dimples. Now then I decided this is Halloween now we're getting to, so that was, say, September. It's quite a lot of yarn for September, but there we go. And then Halloween came along and she did some Halloween colourways, and so I had to get them because I love Hocus Pocus. It's my favourite Halloween film, and we always used to watch it as kids, and yeah, it's just brilliant. I just love it. So she did a few Halloween colourways, including this one, which is called Sanderson Sisters, which is the witches in Hocus Pocus. So this is Sanderson Sisters, and it's got kind of greens and purples and black and pinks, but on a really nice pale creamy base. She's really good at getting speckles to look really strong but not interrupt the white of the base. Another good example of that is this one, which is Timber, which is not a Halloween colourway, but again, you still get the white of the base, and then you get these really intense, deep purpley, browny, toasty tones. I think this would make a really nice hat. Yeah. And then the last one was another Halloween Hocus Pocus inspired, which is called I Smell Children. And this is another Hocus Pocus reference. And this is the purple with the greens. So it kind of is, they work together, and I think I might do a Hocus Pocus-y kind of shawl with the two of them. So yeah, that was everything I bought from Dusty Dimples. As I said, there might be some more coming. Couldn't possibly comment. So it's a bit stash-tastic this time round, and less whips and FOs, but hopefully next time there'll be a few more FOs. I got some stuff from Herps Black Regina. I'm not sure if I've shown you these before. If I haven't, apologies. So I'll just show them quick. So this is Tiramisu, and this is Blueberry Pancakes, and hers is 80% wool, 20% nylon. It feels very woolly wool. It feels almost, it is a fingering weight. This is a hazel soft sock, but it does feel very woolly compared to other other 80/20s. It feels particularly woolly and quite thick, but it would make a really snuggly, kind of comforting sort of winter hat or shawl, or hat or shawl, or any of those sorts of things. So yeah, I don't know if I've shown you those before, so I'll show you again now. We went to Yak, and this is probably October again. So I just picked up some Malabrigo lace in marine. I was thinking about the, there's a few shawls at the moment with lace incorporated, So I thought I'd get a couple of lace. So I got this in marine, I got the Brooklyn Tweed Veil because it was on sale in Norway, and there's 450 yards in that one, and that one is 100% Rambouillet wool, and the Malabrigo is baby merino. So those are my two lace weights. Then I wanted to make the beeswax hat by Amy Vanderleer. Probably got that wrong, I'll put it on the screen if I've got it wrong. And so I decided that I would use Derirum Naturo, and this is the Ulysse. And this colourway has got a funny name. Oh, it's Fauve. Of course it is. It's a good orange for fauves. So this is Fauve, and I'm intending to make the beeswax hat out of that. And last few are from Lay Family Yarns. Anyone who watches the podcast knows how much I love Lay Family Yarn. And so one of these is a club colour, so this one, hopefully I won't have ruined it 4 months down the line. 7525, so there's 5 Stellina in here, and this is Sugar Sprinkles. It's so pretty. So I signed up for her afternoon tea club and I really enjoyed it. I didn't buy every month, but I bought about 3 or 4 and I really, really loved it. So that was really great. I'm looking forward to seeing what they do for 2019. This was their self-striping, so this is Bruised Peach, and this is an 80/20. As you can see, it's self-striping, but they've wound it, so they skeined it rather than wound it. And the last one is Crab Apple and Bramble Jelly. This is their DK 100% Superwash Merino. I love the colours in this. I love the kind of autumnal colours. I seem to be picking up lots of autumnal tones. Where's Timber? Timber is also the same kind of toasty tones I quite like at the moment. You can kind of see when you put them next to each other, the Herbstback Regina and the DK, they are very similar. I can see a difference, but they are quite similar. So yeah, so she started doing DK, which I'm thrilled about. And this colourway, as I said, was Crab Apple and Bramble Jelly. So yeah, that is definitely going to be some kind of toasty hat. So that is kind of it for this time round. I know it's really quick. Thank you for those people who have been subscribing even though I've not been here. I hope you can forgive me. Growing a human's a lot harder than I thought it would be. Who knew? So I will be back with kind of plans and things. I have now just buried my notes, so I think I'm going to be working on some cardigans. So at the moment I've just put my queue at the moment is Nanook by Heidi Kiermaier. I've had the yarn for that forever. It's a cardigan, so I figure I can wear cardigans throughout pregnancy, so I might try and focus a little bit on cardigans and shawls and maybe a couple of other baby things over the next few months. Sweaters are on hold, even though I love them and I really want to be making all the colour work right now. It's just not going to happen because I can't fit into them right now. So yes, the Nanook by Heidi Kiermaier, which is one with the gorgeous lace and a bear track, I think it's called, and then it's just garter all the way down the cardigan, which is great. And the other thing on my list at the moment is a boho blush by Andre Mowry. I don't know if I've got any yarns that I've got 3 colours of the same yarn. I don't know, I haven't looked on there to see if there's any that are used more than one colour. I will have a little look this afternoon, but if you've seen one and you think I'd like the look of it, let me know in the comments below. Last thing is, I was planning a giveaway before all this happened, and so I will be drawing the winners for that next time. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the giveaway to this thread as well, so you still have time between this podcast and next to pop your comment below. It can be any comment and I'll automatically enter you into the giveaway. So the giveaway was to win a skein of yarn. So one was a Herps Black Regina, not the tiramisu but very similar colour, and a jelly beans yarns giveaway, and there was another one as well. So yeah, I'll give all 3 of those away, but if you just comment in the comments box below, I'll add you into the thing, and if you just put your comment below, I'll add you in, and I'll draw next podcast. So thanks so much for watching. Don't forget you can always find me on Instagram at Beebee Handmade. I haven't been super active because I've been a bit nervous. I will post a photo of myself in the bump just to let you know that the podcast is up. And yeah, let me know what you're up to and what you're making, because I've been really inspired by Instagram. I love everyone's make nines. I don't know if I'm going to go there this year. We'll see. But thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you soon. Bye.